Okay, welcome to Math for Kids number 33. I have a neat problem today. A bunch of Lego minifigures need to cross a stream. If they take boats that hold 3 of them, they need 8 more boats than if they take boats that hold 7 of them. How many minifigures are there? Pretty tricky.
Minifigures is one word.
Oh, minifigures is one word?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In this case it is.
In this case it is? Okay, well, sorry. Should we start over?
No.
Okay, so a bunch of minifigures need to cross the stream and they have 2 different kinds of boats. One boat holds 3 minifigures. And if they take boats that hold 3 of them, they need 8 more boats than if they take boats that hold 7 of them.
I have actually 2 boats, real Legos that hold 3.
Oh, do you? You actually have boats that hold 3 minifigures?
Yeah.
Huh, do you have any boats that hold 7?
No, but I have boats that hold 20 and 10.
Okay. Well,
But they can hold 7.
Maybe we'll do this experiment later. Okay, so how do you want to approach this problem?
We need to figure out how many minifigures there are.
Yeah, we need to figure out how many minifigures there are.
So what should we do?
Yeah, how are we going to figure that out? Is the question. What are the things that we don't know?
We don't know how many guys there are.
Okay, we don't know how many minifigures there are. Okay, why don't we write down some of the things that we don't know? Bring the camera down a little lower.
How many minifigures there are?
Okay, one is how many minifigures there are. We don't know. One, how many minifigures?
These are how many boats.
Well, there's 2 kinds of boats, don't forget. So we don't know how many what?
How many 3-person boats? And 7.
We don't know how many 7-person boats. Okay, so these are the 3 things we don't know. How many minifigures are there? How many 3-person boats are there? And how many 7-person boats are there?
Well, we know that the 7-person boats minus the number of the 7-person boats minus the number of the 3-person boats equals 8.
Okay, so very good. So
I'm going to call the numbers X and Y.
Okay, so we'll call this X, and we'll call this Y. And what do we know about X and Y?
We know that X...
Well, you gotta write. Come over here. I just have you over here all the time. Okay, what do you know about X and Y?
We know that
Scoot back.
X minus Y equals 8.
Very good. Okay, we know that X minus Y equals 8. Wait a minute.
No, it's Y minus.
It's Y minus X equals 8. Because if they take boats that hold 3 of them, they need 8 more boats than if they take boats that hold 7 of them.
Here's an eraser.
Okay, yeah, so Y minus X equals 8. Or we can also write that as Y equals X plus 8. Right?
Either way.
Either way, that's the same. But now we have to figure out how many minifigures there are.
That's the question.
That's the question. So do you see any way to figure out how many minifigures there are? How many 7-person boats are there?
Well, there's X 7-person boats.
Okay, so how many, and that's how many boats they need to take everybody across. So how many minifigures are there? Well, if you needed 3 7-person boats, how many minifigures would there be?
3 times 7, 21.
If you needed 10 7-person boats, how many minifigures would there be?
It's 7x.
7x. Okay. So we know that the number of minifigures is 7x. But we also know that it's what? What's the other thing we know that it is?
Well, it's 3y.
3y. Okay. So we know 7x equals 3y, but we already said y is equal to x plus 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is equal to 3 times x plus 8. But what is 3 times x plus 8?
It's 3x plus 24.
Okay, so 7x equals 3x plus 24. Well, that's interesting.
Well, that means 24 must be 2x, so x must be...
How did you figure that out?
Because, well, no, I mean 4x must be 24.
Okay, how did you figure that out?
Because I did 7x minus 3x.
Okay, so that means 4x equals 24. So
X equals 6.
x equals 6. Okay, so how many minifigures are there?
There's 6 minifigs. No, it's not what it says. But that's how many 7-person boats.
That's how many x is how many 7-person boats there are. So how many minifigures are there?
6. It's 6 times 7, 42.
Okay, so 6 times 7. And let's just double check. This should also equal 3 times 6 plus 8. Okay,
yep.
Which is 3 times 14, which is?
3 times 14, that's 30 plus 12, which is 42.
42. Well, that for a neat trick. So this was an amazing problem. Didn't really tell you much. It just said, hey, I need this many boats, I need more boats if I take 3 people, and I need less boats if I take 7 people. I needed exactly 8 fewer boats. And just from that, you could figure out how many people there were.
It's amazing you could unravel it from that.
Yeah, can you believe you can unravel it from that? Alright, you want to go get a bowl of soup, and then we'll do the second problem after you have your soup?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Okay, here's the second problem, which is really two problems. Okay, so problem number 1. The tub holds 100 gallons of water. That'd be a pretty big tub. 100 gallons is a lot. How many gallons are there in the tub when it is 3/4 full? What do you think?
I'd say we just divide 100 by 4.
Okay. And what will that tell you?
20. And then you do 20 times 3, which is... No, it's 25, so you do 75.
Okay. So for problem number 1, you do 100 divided by 4 is 25. And what does that tell you? What is 25?
That's 1/4 of it.
Okay, 25 is 1/4 full. So how did you figure out 3/4 full?
25 times 3.
Let's say 3 times 25 is 3/4 full, which is 75. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty good. Okay, so that's problem number 1. Alright, so problem number 2. Kind of a similar problem. A tub is 2/3 full. It has 50 gallons of water in it.
Still a pretty big tub.
Well, it's 50 gallons of water when it's 2/3 full. Okay, still pretty big, yeah. How many gallons of water does it hold?
I think it's sort of the same strategy for this one.
Okay, well, what do you think?
Divide 50 by 2. You get 25.
50 divided by 2 equals 25. And what's that going to be?
That's 1/3 full.
Okay, this is 1/3 full.
Well, now you just do 25 times 3, 75.
Okay.
That was our same answer.
It's funny. There are 2 different bathtubs. So 25 times 3 gets you 3/3 full, which is all the way full, which is 75. But this one's 75 gallons when it's full. This one's 100 gallons when it's full.
Yeah, we're the same answer.
It was the same answer, you're absolutely right. So on problem number 1, we took 100 times 3/4 we got 75.
100 times 3/4. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same as 300 divided by 4, which turns out to be 75. Or you could do 100 divided by 4 first, which is what you did. You get 25 times 3. On problem number 2, we take 50 divided by 2/3.
Or 50 divided by 2 times 3.
Well, how do you divide by a fraction? What do? Do you remember?
No. I would say this a lot.
we did talk about how to divide by fractions. Remember how to divide by fractions?
Multiplying by the reciprocal.
You multiply by the reciprocal, so this is the same as 50 times what?
Times 3. Times 3 halves.
Times 3 halves, right. Very good.
3 halves is 1 and 1/2.
So you take 50, you could do 50 times 3 divided by 2, which would be 150 divided by 2, which is?
That's going to be 75.
Or you could do 50 divided by 2 first.
Which is 25 times 3, that's what I did.
Which is 75. Okay. So in the first one we multiplied by 3/4, and the second one we divided by 2/3.
That wasn't too hard.
That wasn't too hard. You did a great job. Oh yeah, hand me the book. Oops. And the homework problems are, here we go, Olympiad 15, problem number 3, and problem number 4. And we're going to have to talk about problem number 2 too. I just didn't want to do that one today.
Yeah, that might take too long.
Okay, so Olympiad 15, problem number 3, and problem number 4. Good job, sweetie.